It is vitally important that Galveston County be engaged in the legislative process in Austin. As local elected leaders, county judges and commissioners play an important role as the local voice to our state government. When we step up, state officials listen. It is our responsibility to advocate for the needs and priorities of our residents to ensure their voices are heard.
Before each state legislative session, our Galveston County Commissioners Court establishes a legislative agenda of the issues important to our community. These priorities are specific issues to improve the lives of our residents. Each session, our commissioners work with community partners to advocate for changes to improve the lives of our constituents. Local government is the best government.
Under ordinary circumstances, I cannot meet with more than one commissioner at a time. It becomes a quorum and an illegal meeting. Unfortunately, during a disaster, I've got 4 distinct precincts and I need to gather information and relay information to each of those county commissioners. It's a real challenge when state law all but prohibits me from doing that very thing, and we would like to see just a little bit of flexibility only during a time of declared emergency or disaster by the governor.
When disasters strike, county leaders need the freedom to communicate in order to protect lives and property of residents. As a county commissioner, I need the ability to communicate the needs of my constituents to the county judge during a declared disaster. We are working with the state to improve emergency communication to keep our residents safe.
The Treasurer's Office really goes back to the founding of the state, at which point we didn't have internet, we didn't have electronic funds transfers, we didn't have a lot of things we benefit from today. One thing that I think is vitally important to remember in the Treasurer's Office discussion, we are only asking that the voters be allowed to vote on it. I do not understand why we don't trust the voters to make the correct decision with respect to downsizing an out-of-date office.
Our Galveston County Commissioners Court voted and unanimously agreed to support the abolishment of our county treasurer's office.
From the studies that I've seen, Galveston County, if we were to eliminate our treasurer's office, would save several $100,000 a year. Several counties have done it in the past, and from what I've been told and what I've researched and seen, it did not negatively impact those counties. The duties and the responsibilities are still taken over, but by other departments.
I advocate for us looking at doing that to be able to save the taxpayer dollar.
I championed 2 years ago removal of our county legal department. In doing so, we saved over $500,000, $500,000 in abolishing our county legal department. Here we can save another $500,000 in abolishing our county treasurer's department.
Everyone knows that drainage is a major issue in Galveston County. Recently, Galveston County completed a master drainage study. One component of this study is the identification of viable projects to improve drainage across our watersheds. We're working with state and federal leaders to find funding for these projects. We are advocating for the state to appropriate additional funding for drainage infrastructure. This is an extremely important project to me and to our county as a whole.
We're still evaluating that at this point, but there's 2 basic ways we can go. One is for projects that we can do on the local level with county and municipal resources. The other is going to require us to have state and federal partners to be able to complete those projects because of the expense.
While many folks in the state are just now talking about pretrial bail reform, here in Galveston County, we have actually put those ideas into practice. As the chair of the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, we use community members, mental health specialists, and law enforcement to guide our action. This model has proven highly successful, and we are currently working with the state leaders to show them what works and what does not work.
Galveston County has been very successful in pretrial bail reform and pretrial supervision. We hope that we will be taken up on our offer to share our experiences at the state level. Many of the reforms that we talked to legislators about just last week can be done now by every county without any new laws. We have been through the school of hard knocks, if you will, have figured out what works and what doesn't work, and would like to be sharing our information with others so that they may benefit as well.
Infrastructure is the foundation of the Galveston County's economy. Roads, bridges, ports, and pipelines allow businesses to operate and grow. Because of the decades of dedicated investment in our infrastructure, Galveston County has grown into a major driver of the state's economy. Galveston County will continue to advocate for additional funding from the state and federal government so that future generations can live, work, and play along the Texas Gulf Coast.
Personal freedom is the foundation of Texas. Folks like the relaxed pace of life and the freedom to enjoy our coastal communities. Extending the freedom to use golf carts in unincorporated parts of the county, just like many Texas cities already enjoy, is just another step to protect the Texas way of life.